What's up, everybody? I am Troy from the Main Event Marks and Marks on Media, and it's another episode of The Worst Person You Know Has a Point. Today we're talking about Sean Ross Sapp, who, as some of you know, is a wrestling reporter, journalist, and if anybody who's listened to the Main Event Marks podcast long enough, you'll know Greg passed away, obviously, but when he was alive, he and I had basically no respect for wrestling journalists. We don't believe any of them. I trust a wrestling journalist as much as I trust gas station sushi. It's just, or a fart after eating Taco Bell. It's just, not good. I have no actual personal animus towards Sean Ross Sapp, so that joke at the beginning was just a joke, Not that he gives a crap what the hell I have to say about him. He could care less. But in the grand scheme of wrestling journalists who I have no respect for, he's not at the bottom. He's not the worst guy I know. He's not like Ryan Satin, who seems like a complete D-bag in every sense of the word. But I don't believe in real wrestling journalists. I feel like it's all fake news and rumor and innuendo. But I will say in some cases, they actually have sources that they cite, people that they talk to backstage who are feeding them what they believe to be credible information. And then there are internet grifters. We're going to talk about one of those internet grifters today, that all he does is post like pro AEW propaganda all the time. He's like an IWC nerd that somehow shows up on everyone's freaking timeline. If you scroll through, if you're on wrestling Twitter and you scroll through your timeline, eventually you're going to see some stuff from a guy named Air Gold. Well, not anymore. We'll talk about why here in just a bit, but he got absolutely bodied and BTFO'd by Sean Ross Sapp to the point of where he kicked him from his, what do they call it, spaces? His X, he had an X spaces where they were all chatting and whatever, and he booted Sean Ross Sapp because he was getting totally annihilated and embarrassed. So, and he's just a freaking nerd who pretends to be some kind of insider or whatever. He's a dork, but we'll get into it here in just a moment. But first, if you could, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to be notified every time I post brand new content, which is every day, Monday through Friday. I've got my entire podcast archive right here on YouTube. On Rumble, I'm working on it. I'm moving stuff over, trying to post 2 episodes a week to catch up, because I've got some of the archives, but not all the archives over on Rumble. If you want to go check me out on Rumble, that would be greatly appreciated as well. I've got 2 channels. There's the rumble.com/C/Marks on Media, and then /C/Main Event Marks. So go check that out. Follow the channel and all that. But again, my name is Troy for the Main Event Marks and Marks on Media, but let's get into this.
This is the main event!
Full disclosure, I downloaded this video. It was screen capped by a lot of people. I downloaded just this. This is towards the end because, honestly, their fight goes on and on and on and on. It goes on for over 20 minutes, and I was not going to make a reaction video that goes that freaking long, but I will link a longer clip of almost the entire spaces for an argument with somebody who I don't know the guy's name, unfortunately, but he was arguing with Air Gold and this guy you see here, Mr. Everybody blah blah blah, that dork. He was arguing with them before, saying that Air Gold was a piece of garbage and a grifter, and I don't know if he got booted or if he left voluntarily, but I don't see him in this list anymore. But after he stopped talking, then Sean Ross Sapp came in and completely bodied Air Gold, and it was just them going back and forth. You'll hear it right here, but I downloaded this from this person, Mythic, who's just a listener that's got Rhea Ripley's picture there. I linked, because I wanted to give credit, because I'm going to talk about citing sources, whatever. I wanted to give credit to them. I linked their X page, or their X post rather, down in the video description. I also linked the longer one that I found. I just found it today down in the video description as well if you want to check out the whole freaking thing after this. But we're going to listen in and react to all this here. Let's start.
Came from. I posted 2 things. I posted the evidence for both, and there isn't a person.
Well, you posted the evidence for both?
Yes.
Without context. You posted it void
Perhaps
of
the source can
context.
provide context. We can get that.
Full disclosure, I don't know exactly
available.
what he's referring to here.
And what you said was, after not citing it whatsoever, well, somebody will just debunk it if it's not true. That is not the way that works. Just because you are not a journalist does not mean that you just blurting out anything
Everybody's technically
makes you void of any responsibility.
Citizen journalist.
That's why I reached out to you both last
and
week
you're subject
and
to the same
today
scrutiny
about the things that you posted. That way I could do my job and figure it out. Then I've got you running your mouth saying, well, get to work.
Get to work debunking me. I got to pause it right there real quick, because if anybody's paid attention to my channel long enough, I report the news. You report it, whatever. I share articles. I kind of shrink them down for consumption. I either go over the whole article or a portion of the article, or I summarize an article, whatever, and I talk about it. But I show it. I either show the article on screen, or in my shorts, I say so-and-so reports or such and such reports, and then I link it. I put the link down in the video description, and I say that all the time. I say, if you want to read the full article, if you want to see the full video, if I'm watching a video or something, I'm like, it's a link down to the video description. Go check it out yourself. I cite my sources. I'm not like, well, I personally got this information, and it might be wrong, but somebody else will come by and correct me. No, you're stealing somebody else's work. And what Air Gold is doing is misinterpreting a lot of it. You'll see some of it flash on the screen here in a bit. He's stealing either headlines or blurbs from an article, or he's just flat out making stuff up. But if he's stealing stuff, then he's misinterpreting it, and it's worse than clickbait, because clickbait is okay in certain contexts. Everybody does it because humans will click on the most salacious thing they can find. But don't lie in your clickbait. There's a difference. There's clickbait that grabs your attention, and lying clickbait. Because if you lie in your clickbait, then people are going to lose trust in you and blow you off and never believe anything you say. But like, you can pose a question or say something that is correct but worded in a salacious way in your clickbait. I do that sometimes, but it's all accurate. Or I'm posing a question that I pose in the video itself. Is this happening? Is this going to happen? Is that a thing? Is this accurate? And then I go over it in the video. I don't see anything wrong with that. But again, if you're lying or taking an article and completely twisting the meaning, then you're an idiot. He also, if I remember correctly, because there are so many AEW wrestling grifters out there, I believe he's one that will post pictures that somebody took, like they just got into the arena at a WWE event, or they're hanging around after the show after everybody filed out, and the arena's basically like half empty or more. And he's like, oh my God, look at, nobody showed up to the show. Meanwhile, he'll, completely ignore pictures of AEW in the middle of a show. They're half full. So that's the kind of crap these idiots like Air Gold do. But let's get back into this. He's also Canadian, which takes some points off for me. But I'm just kidding to all my Canadian viewers out there. I love you all. But yeah, this freaking dork.
That's out then. That's what I was trying to do when I messaged you last week and said, where did this come from?
And where's he?
No, don't give me that hostility bullshit. I reached out to you twice over
Who's he to
things.
Tell Sean Ross Sapp to get to work, by the way?
Ample evidence of you
I don't care if I reached out with hostility. I reached out to you twice last week.
Exhibiting a clear lack of responsibility, clear lack of
responsibility.
Whoa. Lack of
responsibility
him for what?
For releasing information.
For what?
You shared a screenshot. You shared information that was kept between us.
I shared information that I asked if it was accurate. And was it accurate?
That's the other guy, by the way. Sorry, the guy I mentioned earlier. He was fighting with before. He was going back and forth with before SRS. Ibu. Sorry, I don't know this guy. I know nothing about him. I don't know, good, bad, or indifferent. But if he does not get along with Air Gold, he's probably not a terrible person. Ibu. He was going back and forth with him beforehand. Anyway.
Was that screenshot accurate
Sean,
of you
Sean, again,
engagement farming?
You're
engagement farming.
No.
You
brought it up. You brought it up.
I shared a rumor.
Yeah, look at this. Rumor has it Hangman feels it was complete BS that he missed out on main eventing All In last summer. According to who? Rumor has it.
No. You just brought it up. You said that it was hostile
according
of me
to
to
rumor and
share that.
innuendo.
Brother, you're talking in circles. What are you? You said it was hostile. You said it was hostile of me to share that message that you sent to a number of people.
According to who? Again.
What was my initial response? Go ahead. Read it verbatim. Read it out loud verbatim.
Sean,
spoiler, he won't.
We've gone over this.
Yes, we have. And it's me indicating to
We've gone
you
over this.
and to anybody else reading.
And I've completely ignored you.
This is a guy who I have had to reach out to a number of times about posting misinformation and telling you, by the way,
that's a little rich.
Posting, somebody will just clean it up if it's wrong, is not the way it works.
Sean,
and if you want, Sean, you are void of any responsibility just because you're not a journalist. But you want to peddle rumors.
The biggest difference is, I'll say, between because I don't know if it's unfair, but I made a comparison just now to Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave at least talks to some people in the wrestling business. I guarantee Air Gold knows nobody. Not even, apparently he harasses people like Sean Ross Sapp, but other than that, he doesn't know anybody in the actual business. Sean Ross Sapp is not in the business. He's a journalist. So, it's not the same thing. But Uncle Dave will post complete lies and BS, but he has some sources. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. And then he'll fight with you when you're like, well, that's not true. Or somebody who actually knows something will say, well, that's clearly not true. And he's, well, plans changed. Or you just didn't understand. That's not what I meant. Anyway, sorry. Get off my soapbox here.
Like you are.
A parody label to my account.
He posted a parody label on his account.
I care what you did.
I had a parody label?
No, he didn't.
I don't
know what he does now.
By that sense,
I'll show you that here in a bit.
Say holds any weight, and that's fine. But you didn't do that.
No, he didn't.
Because
that's the point. You're out there aggregating people's news, using it for engagement.
Sean,
but you don't want the responsibility that comes with it.
This is a free app where we can tweet whatever we want.
That's great, and I am free, to do the same thing. Then why am I not free to do the same thing?
Then what are we talking about, Sean?
That is true.
We're talking about, I don't know. You're the one that cried a river about it and said that I bullied you.
We're on the same page then. I think we're on the same page.
And what I told you is, if you wanted to keep doing that, I'll just quote tweet you and debunk you. I won't even reach out and say this isn't accurate. What I will do is just quote tweet you and say, you know what, this guy's lying, or this guy's making it up, or this guy's peddling bull. I told.
And that's totally fair what Sean Ross Sapp is saying. Air Gold, he's like, well, we're at an understanding. What are we even talking about here? What are we talking about here, Sean? He keeps saying that. And he keeps saying, well, we're at an understanding then. First of all, no, you're not. You're in two totally different corners. Second of all, what are we talking about here? The fact that you are harassing Sean Ross Sapp, telling him, get to work, and whatever. And if he debunks you, you're going off on him. And then you're saying he's coming at you hostilely. Like, give me an effing break. That's what you're talking about here. Because you're a dork that can't own up to being an engagement farming shill artist. But anyway, getting back to this.
I told you that. You sat in my DMs demanding that I take tweets down and apologize to you. Claim that I bullied you. Said that I slandered you.
Wuss.
So, okay, here's the agreement then.
No, there's no agreement. No, there's no agreement. You were making demands. You said you better get to work
on Twitter because that's what Twitter is for. You tweet whatever you want. I will tweet whatever I want. If I'm wrong, debunk me.
Well, then
Quote
leave him
me,
the F
racial
alone.
me. No problem.
Good God, idiot.
That's
And
literally what I said I would do hours ago, and then you made
Then
a.
what are we-
Then shut. What, are you gonna let me talk, or are you gonna shut the f- up?
Sean,
What's it gonna be? No. Every time I say something, it's Sean. What are we doing here? Sean, what are we doing here? Either you're gonna let me talk or you're not.
We have an understanding.
Oh my God.
We do not have.
Whatever I want.
I said that. I said that
wrong,
literally.
right?
Shut
That's what we're
the
doing.
f- up. Dude.
This is where it goes off the rails, by the way.
Up.
Sean, you
I
talk for a
said
living.
this.
When do you shut
God
It's a junk measuring
damn, man, you never
contest
shut
at
the
this
f- up.
When do you shut? No, I don't. You talk for a
Good
living.
God, you're a moron, man.
No, I don't shut the
You
F up.
you are
People
sincerely
are laughing
you
at
are
him, bro.
sincerely one of the
I'm
dumbest
pathetic.
people I have ever interacted with on this app, and boy, does that cover a lot of ground.
Okay.
It
Sean.
covers. Think
Next
about
time I'm
how
wrong.
dumb some of the people I've
Next time I'm
had
wrong,
interact with me.
You tweet.
You are by far
tweet
the
me
dumbest.
and cook me. Okay, good.
Okay,
I
good.
said all
Okay.
this hours ago,
So
and then you
immature.
whined and cried and made a.
Here,
You can say
Shut
that.
the f- up, weirdo.
You
You
showed
can
You
up.
made a
Okay.
stream that said
Okay, you
Air
can,
Gold versus SRS because
Yes.
you
Exactly.
can't
Look at
get
the
anybody
title
to
of
pay
this.
attention to
Look
you.
at the
for
title.
what you do on your own.
Clickbait titles from Fightful.com that
Oh,
invite
God.
people to click on articles and click on
Which, by the
spaces,
way,
and so hence why I was
you
inspired.
use for engagement because nobody is interested in the shit that you have to say on your own.
That is very true.
And that's okay.
And that's okay.
Sure, but you're not going to sit here and say, "Well, it's because you do clickbait and all that stuff." Man,
I
you
was
don't
inspired.
give a f- about any of that.
No.
You are an engagement farmer. That's
And
it.
a liar.
You have
Yes,
no
and-
discernible
And part
talent
of the
or
engagement farming
ability
is to have some clickbait
whatsoever.
articles
Man, he's
that people click
Being
on.
harsh, but
You have no sources whatsoever to speak of. You're sitting there peddling stuff saying rumors
I
say,
don't have sources,
like you're
Sean. I'm not a
Mean
reporter.
Gene Okerlund in the 90s.
Sean, I am
All right, that
not
was a good
reporter.
one.
I don't have sources. I don't claim to have sources.
really?
You sat
you say,
there and
"Rumors
claimed
say."
that I demanded you turn over your sources. You
want to
said
know where
this
the
in
information came
messages.
from.
The
You wanted to know
tweet's
where the
public.
information came from.
The
I told
tweet
you.
is public.
Yes, it's public. And future
Yes,
tweets
it's
will be public
public.
as well. And if I'm incorrect, you
God
can
damn,
you
you're
can ratio
dumb,
me.
man. You are so.
You can-
He misses
can ratio
every point.
I am baffled at how f***ing stupid you are. I
Yeah.
almost can't believe it. I'm mind boggled that all this is because you want f***ing Hangman and Swerve on TV more. The two people who, by the way, have probably been featured as much as anybody the last two. It's insane.
Oh, but not in the last 2
not
weeks.
recently, Sean.
Yeah,
not
not
recently.
recently.
Oh
Sean.
my god!
Not the last week or two.
Swerve has been doing backstage.
What
I
an
don't
idiot.
care. I don't give a shit. Don't
You
care.
do care though.
Save it for another show. I don't care. You
Yeah.
are irresponsible.
Yep.
You do not know what you're talking about. You actively bragged about ignoring me correcting you about misinformation. You do not care about that. You're not going to
All right,
pretend
Sean.
you do.
Good
You
night.
claimed that I
All
bullied
right,
you.
Sean. Good match.
And he freaking kicks him
It's late.
out.
I have work tomorrow.
I'm not going to. Yeah, see. And then Mythic starts responding with thumbs down because he couldn't handle it.
I have work tomorrow. I've got to go.
No, that's not it. Okay, that's not it at all. You're a wuss bag, is what it comes down to. The rest of this clip, as you can see, I have more time in there, but it's just that Mr. Everybody, whatever the F, coming in and sucking Air Gold off, filleting him for the world to see. I did want to just while the video is still going. This is the original post I'm going to link from Mythic. It's at Mythic Elf. Right there, you can see. This is the other thing. Air Gold got paddled so hard live that he nuked his account. It used to be at airgold_. Let's take a look here. At airgold, because I just want to show you right here. At airgold_. Somebody snapped that up in a heartbeat because that is no longer his tag. If you go there, you'll see this is not. I've been trying to reach you since yester, blah, blah, blah. Pronouns in bio, blah, 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 blah. joined July 2020, but that was not the tag to begin with, because you can see a bunch of people tagging this person, and it's not the same person. If you actually look up like Airgold, like Sean Ross Sapp, let me look up Sean Ross Sapp. He actually tagged this dork in something recently. Let's see. He tweets a lot, so I might not be able to find it. Yeah, this is... Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it, but basically he tagged the guy and he said, F you. So, this is the new account somebody located. Same guy. This person is, it's now Air It All. They got whooped publicly so bad, it upset them so bad, they nuked their whole account. Look, they put the parody logo there. Apparently that's a new thing on X. You can put a parody thing on there. You can see he's still tweeting about wrestling, whatever. And this is the guy, that's the picture of the guy, Ibu or whatever. That guy, I don't know why. Like, what here? You may know him. It's Ibu. He apparently can't get AEW talent to stop blowing up his phone. Yeah, so he's just coping and seething now on a new account, basically, because he nuked his. I mean, it's the same account, but you can say he pretty much nuked it because he completely changed his his bio. His name is just Air now, at Air It All. The dork can't take it. Couldn't take the heat. Got the F out of the kitchen, but not totally. Just like 1 foot out of the kitchen. He's running and hiding. Doesn't even have a banner now. He's got the parody logo, which he kept going on about.
I got a parody tag in my account, you see, in the...
Yeah, so this doofus is... Just, like I said, I don't have much use for wrestling, quote-unquote, journalists. But it was still funny to hear. Because these AEW nerd engagement farmers, I see them all the time. There's another one, Real One, or whatever the F, uses a picture of John Cena from the... when he did, like, the one-night return as the Doctor of Thugonomics. That dork... is constantly, like, I don't think they consider themselves a parody account, but they are. Here we go. I'll show you right here. This is an actual good account that I like to follow too. Chat, Grapple, and Cheap Shots podcast at Chat Grapple Pops. They're one of the good ones, and they're not a journalist. They're just a podcaster. Not to demean them. I'm just a podcaster, but. Who is we? Apparently, this tosser works for AEW now. Yeah, see, at WWE Real One, but all they post about is AEW and how awesome AEW is, calling people E-drones if they like WWE in any way, shape, or form. What a turd. We will release Ricky Starks if y'all hand over AJ Styles. Like, what the frick are you talking about, man? Oh, they do have a parody account label now. Okay, about time. I guess that was kind of needed because AEW is just X, I should say, is just a cesspool. The IWC has always been kind of a cesspool, but it's been getting worse recently with these stupid AEW weirdos. Not that there aren't ones for WWE. There 1000% are. I've seen them. But man, the AEW ones are just... I see like one WWE account for like every 3 or 4 AEW ones. It's frustrating. And Air Gold was one of them. He got a little too big for his britches, and he got smacked the F down by, of all people, Sean Ross Sapp. But anyway, comment down below with what you guys think about all this. I thought it was glorious, but that's just me. I'd love for you guys all to comment down below, join in the discussion, and we'll talk about it together. But the rest of you, all of you out there, if you could please share this video around to everybody you know, especially people who encounter idiots like this on X or whatever, Blue Sky, Truth Social, Getter, whatever social media account you happen to use, Gab Social. I'm on all those, by the way. Instagram, Facebook. I'm on every single one of those. Go check it out. You can see some of the links around here. But just search for Marks on Media on all those, and you'll find me. Also, if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the little bell below to be notified every time I post brand new content. That would be super cool of you, and I would really appreciate it. My name is Troy for the main event Marks and Marks on Media. I will see you next time.